Hi everybody, I am super excited about Frozen 2, so I wanted to show you parents out there how to make this Elsa cake, and I wanted to model it after that scene where her hands are like trying to catch the lights all around her. I'm going to show you at the end of the video how to do that, how to set it in the scene with actually lights kind of floating around her. It looks so cool. But first, I want to show you how to make this awesome Elsa cake. We are going to start out with two 6-inch round cakes cut in half, as well as 1/2 of a ball cake, also 6 inches wide. Then take a small round cookie cutter, cut a hole in the middle of those 6-inch cakes so you can put your Elsa doll inside. Place the first one down. Then I used a cheesecake buttercream frosting and smooth that out. Put my second layer on, more of that cheesecake buttercream frosting. It is so good too, and it's a little smoother than just your buttercream frosting. Put your third one on, and you just keep going until you have all of your bottom layers. Then you add your half ball cake. Again, you're going to cut little holes in all of those cakes. Make sure Elsa fits in there, and she certainly does. Now you're going to take a knife and shave it off so it's not so round, and you can even shave off around the top as well as down the sides, just depending on how wide you want this cake. And then you can kind of even it out. Take more of that buttercream frosting and smooth everything out all the way around. One little tip on all of this: when you're done, you can put it in the freezer so it freezes up just a little bit and gets a little more solid. Before I do that though, I'm going to take and kind of smooth everything out so when I put my fondant on, it is going to look really nice. Now, what I used is this special electric violet food coloring as well as white fondant, and I mixed those together to get that same exact color of Elsa's dress. You're supposed to use some gloves on this. I forgot my gloves, so I used some saran wrap, and then I just ended up using my hand, which of course, my hands were kind of this purple color for a couple of days. So I highly suggest you go out and just get those plastic gloves for that. Then, now I'm going to take my saran wrap and I'm going to wrap the bottom of Elsa in it, as well as her hair. We don't want her hair getting any food coloring on it, anything else on it as well. Take my fondant when it's done, roll it out with powdered sugar. Powdered sugar kind of helps the fondant taste a little sweeter because some people really don't like the taste of fondant. Some people really do. And I put Elsa in, put her hands straight up into the air, cut a little teensy weensy hole out of the middle of this. And now I'm going to roll it up so I can kind of smooth it out over the top. And there we go. Put it on top. Make sure it doesn't go all the way down, and you really squeeze it around the middle. And then you'll fold out the dress, kind of making sure it goes back. So she has a flow kind of going to the back of her dress. Now I'm going to roll out some more fondant and cut out her sleeves and put those on. Now I'm going to put the sleeve on one of the arms. Just kind of roll it over and then really kind of smush it out, make it go all the way up, and then do the exact same thing on the other arm. Then I'm going to take her right arm and make her right arm kind of stick straight up in the air while I trim off kind of all around with a knife. Then I use the dress that came with the doll to kind of help me guide, like, okay, how wide should her collar be? So it'll go right over there, and then I kind of cut around the sides and then put it all the way around. So I did cut out some underarms there, and then kind of smush everything in the back. And then use my knife to just make sure everything's kind of evened out all over the place. Then I used this little gadget and just created kind of the underline above her waist. And you just kind of keep smoothing everything out until you have her upper body the way you want it to look. And then that arm sticking straight out, because she's going to grab the lights with that right arm. I took a round cake platter, rolled out some green fondant, and then placed Elsa on top of that. I used the dress again as an idea for what to cut out underneath that little stripe area right there. And I'm going to use some silver kind of glitter, some silver dust on that. And then I also use more fondant to cut out the shapes you see that I'm going to kind of add on top of her dress for those pretty kind of highlights. So once these are done, I'm going to take that silver dust and a brush and put it all over so it has that silvery glow like you see for her accents on her dress. And what you can do is just kind of like pre-set it up so it looks the way it's going to look on her dress. And then kind of smash it out a little bit. Then I take my silver dust, and that's the edible silver dust you can get at the craft store or cooking store, or even online. I'll put the information online, and you dust that off like that. There, I take a little water and I put it on. Now, one thing what I've done with this is a really good thing to do is I always keep my cakes in the freezer. That keeps it lasting longer, and then it also gets a little kind of hydrated, and it makes that kind of sit on there better. Now I'm going to put that part where it goes right underneath her arms and attach that so she has that pretty design in the front. And I put another kind of strip in the back just to cover up where the two things in the back met. So now you see how pretty that silver looks. Now I'm taking these little edible pearls and putting them all the way around. Doing my accents on the bottom now. Okay, so now that you are done, what you want to do is get a backboard, a black one, and then you want to get a glue gun and take some of those fairy lights and kind of create the scene of the floating lights all around her, and then attach it right to her hand. Okay, so what I did was I took kind of those backboards you get to make like stuff for like school projects. Cut it in about half as far as the height goes, and I used a ruler and an X-Acto knife and did that. And these boards have that little kind of bit of foam in the middle, so when you're done with it you can just pop it and cut it in half and use that other kind of what you don't use for this project, you can save that for another project. I took a cutting board, rolled out some black fondant, and I measured that out so it's as wide as the board, and then I can do a little cut on the back just the way that that board already goes, and I can pop it so it fits perfectly around your bottom board. And then you have to even it out, so one side's going to be a little longer than the other depending on how long your board is. I measured all of that out and cut off any excess so you're not stuck with like a board that's sticking out on the side. So now you've got that perfect board that fits on the side just like that. And this is when you can take your glue gun and start taking your fairy lights and just twisting around and making that cool design like she's in the garden surrounded by lights just floating around her. Doing the exact same thing on the other side. And just finish it off here and there with a little bit of glue from the glue gun. And it just sits so nicely. I took some tape on the back and just attached the little boxes on the back of the board behind her so you don't even see it, so you can turn it on and off. And there you have your amazing Elsa cake for all you parents out there that want to make a fun and easy birthday or just a party treat. So, of course, we'd love you to subscribe. Make sure you click on those post notifications so you know next time we make a video. And let me know what video you want us to make next time. I am going to make some other Frozen 2 ideas, some crafts, some cakes, and I'm going to put that information in the description below. See you next time. Bye.